Let's see now how Kenny's Kilmarnock fared at home to Hearts today. They had Edinburgh opposition last weekend as well and blew Hibs away.
Great ball, Heffernan got a chance here for Kilmarnock. Dayton twisting, turning, gets a cross, that's an own goal. It's Dayton who goes for it and rattles it into the top corner. Who sends it in, Heffernan. 4-1 Killie.
Hearts this time for Kilmarnock, and Paul Mitchell was at Rugby Park.
Zaliukas onto Buet. Scott Robinson's got some space. They're backing off him. Not the greatest of shots for Scott Robinson. But it is an early test for Cammy Bell. Dayton into Bowes. Good play from Kilmarnock. Played through by Kelly. Onside for Heffernan. Heffernan goes across, chips it in. Too much weight. Plenty of support inside the box. The striker reading the pass, kept himself onside despite Andy Webster's protests. He just clipped this one with a club too much. Doubled again well by Pascali. Robinson. Zaliukas Abua. Tidy passing from Hearts, that's a free kick. A little bit heavy that time, Ryan O'Leary into the back of Stephen Elliott. Hamill is 2, the former Killie man. Almost catching out. Cammy Bell seemed to take an extra step to his left-hand side, expecting more swerve on the ball. Kenny Shields delighted with the opening to the season made by his side. Under pressure here. The header from Ryan Stevenson might have been deflected away. Andy Webster. Stevenson not picked up, and it did hit the chest of the Hearts defender. Again, Dayton is the target, but again, Hearts mop up. Abua. On to Andy Driver. Driver away from Bowes. Things could be opening up for Hearts here. The cross is important. Elliott with a header off the bar. And Pascali gets it away before Scott Robinson can get an attempt on goal. Well, he nutmegged the full-back. Head down, then looked up, saw the target. Elliott made it almost perfectly. Bell was beaten, but not the bar. Pascali, that's a great ball from the back. Rory McKeown, the left full-back, cuts it inside. Chance for Gary Harkins. Seemed to meet it on the half volley and send it spiralling over the crossbar. It's a great start to the second half though from Killie. Good football. A look of concern from the Hearts manager. There's Elliott. Well, that looked a little soft. Ada just seemed to be standing behind him. Elliott went to ground. Granger favoured to take it. Great power, good save, a second attempt from Stevenson, and away by Pascali before Elliott could turn it home. What a free kick from Danny Granger. Plenty of power, fisted away by the goalkeeper, got the follow-up, and Pascali saved his side. Templeton, no way through. Rovic sends it wide. On to Hamill, that's good clip inside, and Jimmy Fowler knocks it over his own crossbar. Hearts finding some space on the right-hand side through Hamill. It's Hugh takes the corner. Abua breaks off Zaliukas, that comes wide onto Rudy Scatchell. And it hits Stephen Elliott inside the 6-yard box, who may well have been played onside if he could have deflected this on target. Scatchell's shot looked like it was going wide. The Hearts will a win in the last 8 SPL away games, looking for the opening goal. Ryan Stevenson. Stevenson clips it through, comes on to Scatchell. Elliott is offside. Won't count. Hearts thought they had the breakthrough with 8 minutes to play, but the flag of the assistant, Stuart Stevenson. Scatchell hooked it towards goal. Elliott was offside.
Kilmarnock play some great football. It's a common perception that you've continued Mixu's football philosophy, but I rather fancy it was maybe yours in the first place anyway.
Oh, I don't think that's fair in Mixu, no. I think it was combined and Mixu has the similar philosophy. But Can I see some of Kilmarnock's attacks? I thought it's funny when you reflect on the game and you look back in the afternoon and say, well, it was a decent game of football, and you know, we try to entertain as much as we can. And some, like today, we weren't as potent as we were last week, but there was two different mindsets going into today's game, and Kilmarnock were coming off a 4-1 victory, and we just didn't seem to click today, you know. And Hearts are coming off a 5-0 defeat against Tottenham. They got a lot of unfair criticism, and they were resolute and determined and worked really hard and shut down our space. Sometimes, you know, albeit was quite physical, but...
Did they dish it out today, Hearts?
They did, and if you do it within the letter of the law, that's okay. They picked up a few bookings. Not for me, you know, I think they did, they overindulged a bit, but having said that, it's the referee done his job, and it ended up 0-0.
James Dayton is a real handful. He was a handful for Hearts, and maybe that was borne out by what you're talking about, because two of the 4 yellows for Hearts today were against challenges on him.
Yeah, there was, most of our attacks were broken down like this, and there's another one. But that's not an excuse. It's just a justified reason, you know. And sometimes they get away with it. I think the referee's remit is to let the game flow and help develop flair, but that wasn't the case today. There's a penalty kick. He pushes him with his right arm. Or
not, because it wasn't given.
It wasn't given, correct. So some days you don't get them, other days you don't get them.
Great win for you last weekend, 4 goals against Hibs. But you were saying to me this is not necessarily your best performance of the season.
I wouldn't say it was our best. It was certainly, I felt at Dundee United we were very tough and worked really hard, and that was a tough game for us. But there's a brilliant finish. One cross from a left back, and the other cross, the goal that Heffernan scored was a cross from the right back, which we encourage. Great skill by Dayton, puts it into the near post, and as I said to Heffernan, if he doesn't make that run, we don't score. Again, the full-back was fouled just outside the box, and this is a cross from the full-back on the other side, Danny Bouse. Great ball in, and brilliant movement by Heffernan.
The great news is that Kilmarnock are still unbeaten this season. The bad news, both for you and for Ryan O'Leary, is that he's picked up a bad knee injury, I understand.
Alec, my physio, was just sent me the message to say that it's a cruciate injury, which is 6 months, and I really feel for Ryan, because he's had a couple of injuries in his career. He's worked his way back, you know, and psychologically he was really up for this season, and now we have to try and manage his coping strategies and how to deal with this. James Dayton obviously will be a big help to him, and you know,
because he's been through it.
He's been through it last season. Yeah. Darren McGregor, St Mirren. It's a horrible injury for a player because the rehab is so tough, and we've got a great backroom staff that can deal with that.
Let's hope Ryan makes a full recovery.